Hello, my name is Craig Zeches, and I'm running for Winona County Commissioner District 4 in this current election, which is November 3rd of 2020. I want to take this opportunity to thank the Warriors Vote and all those who are involved in it for the opportunity to present myself and what I attempt to accomplish as a Winona County Commissioner to the Winona area. I've been born and raised in the city of Winona, and we have a strong family name in Winona community. There have been a Zeches member or an extension of this family in this county since 1893. That is when my great-grandfather and grandmother came and became proprietors of one of Winona's facilities. So we have a strong history in the city of Winona as well as Winona County. When my grandfather came back from World War I, he established a grocery store in Elba, migrating to Winona to open up a confectionery store and a small store on Center Street just south of the Cathedral School. My father in 1948 started a food service distribution business in Winona County, of which I joined him after college, and we grew and built that company more than threefold in the time that we were together. We sold the company, and I moved into the retail side at that point, building a couple small distribution companies on the retail side. So I've had considerable business experience, both large and small. We've employed a number of Winona area people as well as people outside Winona County, and we've provided families the opportunity to remain here in town as a result of that employment. That has also taught me the ability to work with budgets, deal with people, and to generally handle a considerable number of different circumstances that arose. I've been involved on numerous committees and councils. I was a member of the city council in the late 70s, and I represented 2nd Ward. And during that time, we were able to secure a great deal of financing and funding that allowed portions of that ward to grow and develop their home facilities. Also at that time, I was involved in the Winona Community and College Relations Board, which was set up to allow the university to bring its concerns and interests to the city of Winona, and allowed the same thing for the people of Winona to air their concerns with the university in an attempt to bring them together and create a cohesiveness that allowed both to grow and welcome them to the community as well. Also, I've served on church councils, church boards. I served on youth boards. I was a member of the Ally, which is an alliance for youth. We raised money to support functions that allowed students an opportunity to do something other than get involved in alcohol and drugs. I was on that for a considerable period of time, over a decade, and we were able to help a lot of organizations reach out to the youth in this community and hopefully help them attain a better path in life. My goal for Winona County is to see it grow. We've lost over 1,000 people in the last decade. We're going the wrong direction. And I want to make this a county where people are enticed to come to it, to develop businesses within the county, and to help us grow. I'd like to see some parkland developed in the county as well, recreational areas. In other words, I want to see Winona County become a healthy, happy, joyful place to be. We have a lot to offer. We're a beautiful county, and we just need to let others know. Our current representation does not do that, and it's time for the city and county to realize that we need a change on that county board so that we can accomplish the things that have made Winona great and will make Winona even greater. Why is it important for Winona State University students to vote? I feel it's important for them to vote because you've been given that right when you turned 18. Now it's your responsibility to exercise that right. It's not something in essence you're entitled to, but there comes a responsibility with it. It's your opportunity to have your voice in government. And your voice can only be made if you do the proper thing by voting. And in that time of voting, you can state how you feel about certain issues and certain opportunities that arise. What are your perspectives on higher education? Wow, what an interesting question. How do you view Winona State University's place and contribution in southeast Minnesota and the Winona community? Higher education is important. It's not for everybody. Not everybody needs it. Not everybody wants it. But they should have the opportunity to access it if it's something that is a passion for them. I attended Winona State University obviously many years ago. And during that time, I took 20 credit hours. I held a part-time job. And I cemented a relationship with a girl who has now been my wife for 50 years. So you can do things, you can accomplish things if you set your mind to it and decide to do it. Winona State offered me the opportunity to continue my education that was just interrupted because of something that occurred in my life. And I'm thankful for that. My wife graduated from Winona State University, and I have 3 other family members who are graduates of Winona State University, as well as 3 other family members who are graduates of the Vocational Technical College here in town. They've all decided to continue their education, and they've been blessed because of it. We're a strong family. We believe in education. We're involved in education. We've all done things that are centered around education. I have one child who transports children back and forth from their home to school. Without it, the parents wouldn't have any way of obtaining that ability to get that child to school without disrupting their life. We're involved in a daycare here in town. We've developed a number of small businesses that relate to education as well. So, yes, education is important. And not just for its book smarts, but education is also important for the social aspects that it brings, that helps you grow as a young adult and takes you further into your adulthood. And I guess I can't say enough. We're glad to have Winona State here. It's a very important part to our community. It's vital to our finances. It's vital to the opportunities it gives the businesses to draw from the youth that are here. And hopefully the youth find an opportunity to stay here. This is what we're looking for. We're looking for growth in Winona, and I can't think of another area for the growth to come from other than the education that you've received. Hopefully you will find a way to return some of that back to the community. What we would do to protect the environment. I think it's not so much what I will do, but what we all can do. It's in education. Protecting the environment is something that we need to all reach out and try and accomplish ourselves. Just common sense actions. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Plant a tree. Conserve water. Use a rain barrel where it's possible. Reuse whatever water you have in another source rather than just flushing it away. Volunteer. Find a way to give back for what you've been given. Instead of just asking for something, give back to something. And when all that develops and all that occurs, we'll be in a much better place. If we take care of the earth will replenish and will take care of us. Recycling, conservation, that's one thing I guess conservation is one thing that took up when I was in scouting. Yes, I'm an Eagle Scout, and I'm proud of it. And one of the merit badges I had to receive was in conservation. It's how to look at nature that's been given to us to use in a respectful way. But yet, in the process of doing it and taking care of it, it will return to us over time. It will have its sustainability. We just need to use common sense and not destroy the universe, but use the universe to the best of our abilities. What are your views on immigration and its impact on both the local and national economy? Well, I think I stated that in the very beginning. In 1893, my great-grandfather and my grandmother immigrated to the United States. They came through New York. They came through the channels that were necessary to come. The United States is made up of immigrants. We can't deny that. We shouldn't deny that. We're all immigrants. My wife's grandparents came from Norway, immigrated to the metropolitan area, and resided there until they both passed away. Immigration is necessary for growth. We can have internal growth, which we do have, but immigration also brings new ideas, brings new people, but it needs to be done in a planned way and through the proper channels. We need to have a way to take care of people when they come here and offer them the opportunities for them to succeed on their own or with a little bit of help and to continue to go forward on their own. We in the United States immigrate more people in a year than the rest of the world combined. So I think immigration is an accepted opportunity. It just needs to be done in a planned and processed way. What we would do to work for social equity and racial justice. Social equity and racial justice are very debatable terms. I think if you get a group of people in a room, in a building, you're going to have a great deal of different opinions of what those are. Social equity is an opportunity to help people along the way to achieve, I guess, equality of some kind. The two are not the same. There is a difference between equity and equality. We all have equal rights. That's been given to us by our founders. We have the right to liberty and the pursuit of happiness. We need to define what those truly are. We need to work at them. We need to come together in unity rather than remain divided as we seem to do to ourselves. We find ourselves being put in certain groups, and when we put ourselves in groups, we find conflict. We need to change that. We need to come together, and we need to help each other out. And when we can do that, when we can work with each other rather than take advantage of each other, I think there's a greater chance for social equity and racial justice to be accomplished. But if we continue to fight with each other as we've been doing, we're just going to continue to keep that divide. Yes, I lived through the problems of the 1960s. I was chased. I was beaten. You can go down the list of whatever happened to me. I'm not here to do that. But I've also found that when you reach out and help somebody else, and they understand why you're helping them, they will return that favor, and things will change. Not overnight, but they're going to change if we begin to change. And I think that's what we have to do. So why elect me for county commissioner? Because I have a passion, I have a desire, I have a vision, I have a focus to make something out of Winona County. Our current representative does not get involved like he should. He does not take on the state, does not turn to the state and ask the state for help or see what's available from the state that we can use in Winona County. I have connections throughout the county, I have connections in the state in an attempt to help Winona County grow. I don't want it to become a massive community. I want it to have a nice, acceptable growth. He talks about sustainable growth. We have enough members in our family that are in this county through the Zeches name or through extended names. We could form a small township. Yes, there are a number of us in this county. We've stayed here. We've found comfort here. Winona is a calming county, calming community. We need to let people know that. We need to find ways to work with that. And that is what I will do as your county representative. I will represent you very, very, very dearly. And it's with that passion I ask for you to vote for me on November 3rd, Tuesday, November 3rd, 2020. And I look forward to working with you in the future as you are here at Winona State. Thank you again for your time.